Courage, Wisdom, Power, CWP. I'll say it once on stream against Panty Raiders, who from now on I will call PR. Um, Glad you can make it to the stream, Owen. I'm so excited to get this tournament started. I know you put a lot of work into it. Rip the Kindred square. But the first ban out from CWP on the blue side for game one is Garen, followed by a Xin Shao ban out of PR. We do see Tom Kench being the second ban. I will plainly admit I only know as much about the 3v3 meta as I have been able to grab the last few days from Reddit and other sources. So this is going to be a new experience for me. I'm very excited about this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But anyway, we see Heimerdinger being the last ban out here from CWP. And as we wait to see what does PR go with their last ban here, we see the Veigar banned out here. And waiting for their last ban, it is going to be the Vi. So now we see the 6 bans, see all that fun stuff, getting into the final, or getting into picks now. I am slightly out of it for right now. Whoops. It's okay, guys. I'll try and limit the amount of North America jokes I make tonight. No promises, though, but I'll attempt. So we see Pantheon the hover here from CWP looking to be that first pick. And it will actually be locked in. So Pantheon being the first pick up here in the first game of this tournament. So we'll have to see what does PR counter with this rotation. Definitely will be interesting. We see an Azir locked in and Darius being the hover here. It'll also be interesting to see what these teams do. Do they go with a jungle route or do they go with the 2-in-1 lane route? It looks like at the moment that we have Mandrew45 hovering a Smite summoner, so it is possible they do go the jungle route. Well, as he switches it over to Exhaust, excuse me, but we do see the Darius is going to be locked in. So we'll have to see what CWP can respond to that with, as their last 2 picks are going to come out here and we can get into this game. We see the Tara cover. I'd imagine if that is locked in here, it is going to go to Ulstrit. He has been playing that some lately. I have peeked at match history. I'm not going to go all Tabe here and release strats that I've seen on the day, but, you know, I'll be nice. I don't want to get vilified by the Chinese, but it is Tariq Leona the hover here. I have a feeling that won't be the complete lock-ins here out of CWP, but of course I could be wrong. No, it is Leona Lux. So no Tariq today. Unfortunately for him, we will not see his beautiful face on the Twisted Treeline. Instead, going with Lux and the Leona here. So it looks like, I'm not entirely sure, they could be running the jungle route. Leona is a very tanky, interesting if they do decide to do that for the solo lane, or if they do decide to go with the jungle route, but we'll just have to see what CWP decide to go with here. We see the Jarvan hover at the moment out of PR, and it will be locked in. So we do see the teams. It looks like both of them will go with a jungler. Nothing too crazy from the teams here. And as we have some time to go, as you know, we get times. So most of you know how this goes. Most of you have been in my stream before. But for those of you that are maybe new, this is why some people like my stream. You have 2 options. Do you think PR will take game 1 of this best of 2 from purple side, or do you think that CWP on the blue side will claim game 1? I will, shoot, I can't do my normal timers on this. I'll probably go a minute and a half into the game, or until first blood to get your bets in. The bot just told you how to place your bets. Make sure you do it correctly. So, you know, I think Fran is purely betting for the Jarvan there. Not entirely sure, but kind of feeling it. And we do see it is also on the Lux. We do have shit even on that looks like Jungle Pantheon, or maybe he's just going to go solo top lane with the Smite. We'll just have to see. And it is Raylet. Ugh. It is the Leona, the last lock-in that from CWP. On the purple side, it is TT Starfire TT on that Azir, Mandrew 45 on the Darius, and TT Robin TT. Oh, I love these summoner names on the Jarvan, who same could either be actually going full jungle Jarvan, or that's kind of what I'm seeing from purple side here. I kind of have the feeling blue side might be going the duo bot lane, or, you know, duo top, whatever top and bottom is on Twisted Treeline, but with the Pantheon having the Smite to go into the jungle some. You bet you can do, yeah. Here, if you look up at Fran, but use this format to bet. You know what? I'll go ahead and do that real quick. So do that format to bet. Oh, and just do something like that. Yeah. Fran did the full-on thing. I went ahead and just showed you in a bet. So for Tree Fitty on the Twisted Tree Line, sorry, Owen, I have enough trees. I have enough trees today, unfortunately. But as we are getting in here, the last minute of the delay, we will see what we have going. Oops. Oh, and how many? I don't even know how many green Vicks you have. To even bet. My bot's just going to be mean to me now, and it's not going to... Hold on. Let me find out. Just so you can give a full bet. Oh, and you have 135 to bet if you do want to make a bet. So you can go up to 135. But get it in soon, because we're about to get in the game. 30 seconds remaining on the spectator lane. We will finally get this tournament underway, get it started. Game 1 of the best of 2. And I'm excited for this, guys. I've been away from casting for way too long. I'm hyped myself to get this tournament going. Oh, and you have 135. I was attempting to find out for you, and it was not being nice to me. But as the timer fully counts down here, we'll swap us over into the game. Once, you know, we have one more loading screen to go through, but we'll just see how that goes. Let's get rid of that. No one needs to see that. Black screen. Woo! There we go. Owen, I don't think you did an exclamation point. Otherwise, that was the correct format. I think you did an upside down exclamation point. You still have... It's okay. No worry. Yeah, there you go. That went in. Alright. I'll switch my bet up around. I believe it'll let me do this. I want to give everyone even odds here. Yeah. Sometimes my bot is just mean to even me. So Fran, the only one with the belief in PR right now, sitting with that bet, sitting to make quite a bit of gold here if he can get this game 1 prediction right. But oh hey, my bot, the re-reminding how to bet. Thanks. Now we have you in. Just waiting on the Jarvan to finish loading up, at least on my screen, and then we can fully get into this game, get her going, get this tournament underway, and really get going. Fran, you make me laugh. We do see the one and only true Darius skin that you can go with here. The Dunk Master Darius for Mandrew. And Fran, I thought you got rid of your toaster, but I see a Jarvan in the game not being able to load in. Uh, oh, did Fran flat out? Oh, I'm. Are you still here, Fran? I hope you are, because I'm gonna be sad if I'm making jokes at your expense, and you're not even here to just, tell me how great they are. Hopefully, we should almost be fully loaded in here. Hi, Koi. You still have time to make a bet really quick. I am giving it a couple more minutes before I close them, so you do have a remaining little bit of time here. Oh, I guess I should quickly uh end game real quick. And let's see if we can finally get onto the twisted tree line here. Yes, indeed, we can. And as we see both teams loading in, I'm gonna wait to see how this pans out before I switch up things that involve the scoreboard. Because at the moment, I'm just gonna leave the scoreboard as it is, because that's the best I can do. But we do see both teams looking like they're going to be meeting up in the middle of this map here. We see CWP moving towards that middle. B of 2, Koi. We see CWP waiting in that middle brush, just waiting to see if PR accidentally moves maybe too far forward. But both teams just mirroring each other on the opposite side bushes. CWP, the first one to make the move down. I don't know if they were seen or not, but we will just have to see. We just see some taunting coming out of the Darius here. Or actually, I think the taunting's coming out of the Azir. Darius is just dribbling his basketball. No one saw that. I think you got it right, Clay. Oops. I'm pretty sure you got that right. Yeah, it counted. You were right. Yep, no one saw that flash. Don't worry. Oh, Azir might be in trouble here. We see Lux actually missing, and they're just going to have to do a little bit of damage. Ulshrit not quite able to bind the Azir and work towards first blood, so it will just be the Lux versus Azir in the bottom lane. It looks like Pantheon and Jarvan will be jungling. Meanwhile, Leona and Darius in the top half of the map here. So, I'll roughly do that. But we'll just have to see how this works out. I hate the spectator thing sometimes. But Darius pushing Leona in. And Lux getting some damage here onto Azir. Altars are going to be up in 30 seconds. Let's see if I imagine each team's going to be able to lock their side. Ultra getting taken very low by Azir, though. This could be some trouble for the CWP bot lane player. So I'm just going to, bot and top lane. That'll work. Yeah, Azir having his way in that bot lane so far. Lux is able to CS, but being put so low on health. There's the altars unlocked. Pantheon is towards DC on the Jarvan. And it's not a Longhorn Gaming tournament without a pause. So, hopefully this won't take too long and we can get back into game. Oh, looks like if they do indeed unpause the game and get this, we're closing in on the timing here for when the betting's gonna close. So right now, it's only Fran's 100 on the purple side PR team. CWP has almost 300 on them. So far, the clear favorites in the betting. 1 minute into the pause timer. We'll just have to see how this goes. Hopefully this pause doesn't last too long. There we go. There's the countdown and back into game. Jarvan just sitting at base, but is this going to allow Pantheon to lock the altar on PR side? It looks like this could be an early 2 altars here for CWP. They will get that first lock. 90 seconds, that is theirs. Is he going to just move straight for the west altar? It looks like he will. Darius not really going to make any move to counter that. And they're going to see that that altar is already locked. Pantheon making a good move, getting both altars. Lux continuously taking extremely low here by Azir. But can they use that boost from the 2 altars to change this around? He needs to get some regen. Pantheon's hanging around, but I don't know that they'll really be in position to do much here. Pantheon and Jarvan might find each other. Darius is coming around here too. Pantheon is only level 2, but he will get away from this. Lux is going to win the binding. Pantheon goes in. The Jarvan is trying to come in. Darius is here. Pantheon's in a bad spot. He gets hooked, and first blood over to the Darius. PR picking it up. And with that, everyone that normally is around here knows what that means. Betting is closed. Hello? There we go. Okay, sure. You know, betting is now closed though. Darius picking up the first blood. Assist over to... Yeah, Koi, remember it only locks in your first bet. So your first bet was 10. RIP. But we do see the entire team of PR getting involved in that kill. Assist all around. We see the different jungle items actually going on here. We see the Skirmisher's Saber for Pantheon. Meanwhile, that Stalker's Blade. Jarvan wanting that Chilling Smite. And it also looks like we're seeing differences in jungle items here. Jarvan is going to be able to get in there and lock his team's altar this time around, stopping the 2 altar monopoly, I guess, that blue team has had on it. But we see the longsword coming out from Jarvan compared to the health gem here for Pantheon. I'd imagine that's going to be indicative of their respective jungle items here. But we see the Chalice up against a Fiendish Codex here. While Lux has been able to stay even, if not ahead on CS, the poke from Azir has just been slightly too much for the CWP bot laner at this time. Leona having about as much trouble as I expected in this top lane against Darius. Down 22 CS at this point, and Darius having that first blood. He hasn't backed away yet, so he is actually still sitting on about 1.7k gold. Pantheon finding Jarvan, but last time this did not work out for the Pantheon. There's the Chilling Smite. The Lux ultimate comes through, and that is a kill for the CWP bot laner. Lux picking up the first kill of the game as Jarvan gets taken out. That pink blur just coming across the screen, and that should hopefully alleviate some of the stress that's been going on to this. Lux here is, again, continuously maintaining a bit of a CS lead, now with that kill as well. But I don't know what you're going to do about this Darius. He's now almost up 30 CS. He has the kill. Azir still doing whatever he wants in this lane, continuously shoving it in. Lux is doing a good job of picking up CS under turret, but how much longer can it last? Probably you. I don't know, Koi. Owen is in chat, so maybe he can answer that. But I'm not sure. I know when you posted your comment, you were still in time, but I don't know. Ask Owen. And Darius showing why he's been so far up in CS. Just 1 Q. There's the pull in. Leona is tanky enough to survive this, but that's still a good bit of damage. And we just see Azir doing whatever he wants. Lux is actually ahead in levels. It's not much, but it has been enough so far for CWP. They're only remaining 700 gold behind, even when you consider the 30 CS discrepancy in that top lane. The turret, luckily for Leona, hasn't taken too much damage, but I don't know what Leona's going to do in this matchup besides just get really tanky. Jarvan's coming in. We see a lot of people moving up towards this top lane. Lux is waiting in the wings, so is Pantheon. Pantheon is level 6. Jarvan does get found out, and Azir is starting to move up as well, but he will back away, back to bottom lane, back to where he is dominating, or I want to say he's dominating this Lux, but every time we look, the Lux remains up in CS. Leona gets pulled, there's going to be a Q, there's the stun going to land from Leona, but still, Darius coming out ahead in nearly every trade these two are taking. We see Lux getting taken solo, having to use that shield defensively, having heal just in case, but this is here. I imagine as we start getting closer, Lux is going to continuously have to CS well under turret. This is going to start getting scary. There's the Q, there's the pull in from Darius. Leona can't do anything but come away. There's the dunk trying to go through. Pantheon gets Azir caught out and will take him down. Pantheon getting the kill that time. Lux with the assist, using the ultimate for that. They were able to save Leona. I don't know if that was a consequence of that or just the fact that Leona was able to get away from Darius. He did ult a little too early, it looked like, not quite able to finish him off. But Ultrat trying to keep his team in this, pull him in. He's getting a chance to push out the lane now, get some damage onto this tier 1 turret. Jarvan is coming around. Azir is up and coming down. Darius is finally backing away. Let's see what he's able to buy. But Jarvan jumps in only to get stunned. We see Darius with the Tiamat. He's looking like he might be staying in base, trying to get the last little bit of gold to finish something else up. Let's see if he's able to. Meanwhile, Azir just doing what he wants in that lane right now. We see both junglers have finished their items. It is indeed Cinderhulk for the Pantheon and Warrior for the Jarvan. So we see Lux with actually the Seeker's Alm Guard wanting the little bit of help, the armor that it gives, interestingly enough. But Azir finally getting to do some work on this turret. Is going to have to back away, not really able to do too much, but it is starting to take damage. It is starting to go down. Can Lux continue? Lux continuing to have the XP lead as well. Something that stayed constant for most of this game. But the Azir poke sooner or later is going to force Lux to not have a good time. Azir's trying to go in. There's the ultimate. There's the Lux ultimate as well. Jarvan ult comes in. It catches two. Pantheon is in here. Heal goes down. But both teams just kind of back away. Leona's coming around, but so is Darius. And I think Darius is a much more scary backup here than Leona is. So we see both teams will just back away. Ultra is pretty low on this Leona, or on this Lux. We may see something going around here. He's playing very close to his turret. He has to at this point. We see the CS lead is now 40 here in the top side. Lux is going to continue to have to do well in this lane. Here comes the Pantheon ult. They are going to get onto Azir. His flash is down. There's the stun. Is Pantheon able to get out of turret? Will they be able to take him down? Lux gets the kill. Pantheon the assist, and everyone backs away. Leona pinging out the Darius is missing, but I think they're just going on an expedition. Maybe, oh, Lux not quite able to hit the binding. Darius is looking around, maybe looking for a dunk. The altar is open. Is this the key? They're moving towards it. They should have this easily locked up. That will be the double altar here for red side. It is actually getting close. Leona's trying to keep this. The double stun's going to land. Is it going to be enough? Yes, red team is able to lock that altar. They have altar control at the moment. And let's see what they can do for it. Jarvan able to pick up the health in the middle of the map and continue to move on here. Pantheon has the Lucidity boots now. He's got his some cooldown. Leona with the Cinderhulk and the Chain Vest, trying to get a little bit of armor here, trying to get tanky, but is just so starved for gold. This could almost be like a support Leona, how much gold she has starved for at this point. And meanwhile, Azir just doing what he's been doing all game in this bottom side, continuously pushing the wave in. Oh, we see two people coming up. The pull is going to land. Jarvan not going to get the knock-up. Uses the ultimate. Leona ultimate goes down to get the stun. Trying to stay alive long enough. Here comes Pantheon. The Q's going to land. The dunk, not quite enough. Jarvan picks up the kill. Darius trying to move in here on Pantheon. He is taken low, but is able to get out. Meanwhile, in bot side, Azir taking the first turret down of the game, pushing the lead up to 1.5k for PR, looking to make a move for the gold here. Lux now has a chance to farm up still. Lux kind of just going bits and pieces here. We do see the full on Nashor's Tooth finish for Azir. Meanwhile, the Fiendish Codex, Chalice of Harmony, and Seeker's Arm Guard here for Lux, doing a bunch of just bits and pieces here. So, but Darius is going to be just so scary for PR at this point. What can you do if you're CWP? Lux actually unable to finish getting the Ultra Lock. There it will go. That will end the red side dominance of the two altars, but can they push towards the red side altar? They're trying to, but Darius is coming around. Lux is in a spot that you don't want to be in right now. If she gets found, Pantheon's coming as well. They wait. Jarvan's going to walk into this. Stun's not going to land, but can they do it? There's the ultimate going to go down. Not quite enough damage. Jarvan will get out of this. Can Darius make up for anything? He will not get stunned or anything. Here comes Azir coming around, trying to do some work himself. Will get stunned up. Has to use the ultimate just to stay alive. Lux ulti isn't on that short of a cooldown, but it will be enough ultimate down for Azir, but they do force them to back away from the altar. But this Darius just continuing to farm up, pushing the lead to 70, getting closer and closer to that flame horizon. And yeah, this is a little scary here for PR. That was a nice little push in. They showed they can fight, but will it be enough here? Lux at 2-0-1 might be the one that's going to have to carry here for CWP. Using her spells just to check bushes, not wanting to get jumped on here. We see the Spectre's Cowl for Jarvan. He knows what can kill him at this point. We see Darius finishing up that Ravenous Hydra, getting the Giant's Belt. He's just getting stronger and stronger. Here comes Jarvan coming over the wall, using the ultimate. Flash has to be burned out of the Lux and will get away. But we will see what they can do here with the Lux flash down. Can they continue to jump on this? Azir ult is almost back up. Lux ultimate is up. Soldier's not going to quite be able to get on here. Darius's lead now has a level advantage as well. Leona really just not in a good position right now. Let's see what they can do. They are moving top lane here. Leona, it doesn't have a flash. This could be good for PR if they're able to land this. Jarvan ultimate is not quite back up, but there's the Azir ult. They don't quite get the knockup. Can Darius get the pull in? Gets the kill without it, but he's gone. But Azir almost taking too many turret shots, is able to get out. They push towards. They do lose the bot side turret, but they should get top side for this. 1-for-1 turret trade. Kill going over to PR. And the gold moving up to a 2k since I last looked at it. But still, advantage over to PR. We do see Sunfire Cape able to be finally picked up by Leona. Lux does not have a completed item yet, but hasn't backed in a while. We see a little bit of gold, about 1.5k on the Leona. Maybe gonna go back and finish an item after pushing this wave up. Just have to see what CWP can do in this deficit. They were able to push that tower and bot lane down. They have moved 3 members up to top side, but it's given Azir a little bit of solo time. Darius just edging closer, 130 CS, top in the game. They have 3 members up here from CWP. 2 members are not here. Their stun does land. So does the ultimate, but Darius is just pretty tanky right now. Azir giving a soldier over the wall. The two junglers are going to find each other. There's the stun. There's another stun. Pantheon going to knock up two members. Lux in the backline trying to do damage. Leona picks up the first kill of the fight. It's a 2v1. They do get the stun on Darius. Azir is doing work in the backline, so can he get the kill? Azir picks up a kill onto Pantheon. They're trying to chase down the Leona. Getting to the second turret. There's the exhaust going to go down. The Q's going to hit. Double kill for the Azir. And that will be a 2-for-1 trade when all is said and done. Again, PR coming out ahead in these fights. Lux trying to back away, is forced to stay. Can they get anything? The stun's going to land on the Azir. The ultimate's not quite back up yet. Azir trying to get out. Darius pull is not going to land, and everyone should back away safely. But there's double turret, again control for red side here. There's the ultimate, the flash out of Azir and the dodge. It cost him a summoner spell, but it stops this Lux from getting another kill. Lux still sitting on without a fully completed item yet. We see the Brutalizer and the Avarice Blade from Pantheon. CWP is just having to go for bits and pieces what they can here. Yes, it's only a 3k gold deficit, but they're showing that they're just falling behind. We'll have to see. Lux is finally able to back getting that Walkwood's Witch Cap. Not able to finish anything else though, but having that Witch Cap now, it is going to be nice to have that active, have the chance to become invulnerable, maybe dodging either a Darius pull or something here. It's what CWP needs maybe to get back into this game, because right now so much of the gold is on this Lux. Darius is going to finish his Sterix Gauge. He is just going to be a monster. Oh, shush. Darius is just going to be a monster in this game. He's been so far, and he's just going to get stronger at this point. CWP is in a bad spot unless they can quickly find a way to turn this game back in their favor. We do see the Youmuu's finished up by Pantheon, trying to get something. He is able to take that, but meanwhile, while he's at that ultra, we see an immediate response from PR to move towards I think it's the Maw. So they are going to take this down. I don't even think that our Vile Maw goes to red side. PR takes it. Are they going to be able to respond with double altars? It doesn't look like they're going to have time to take the second altar before the reaction comes from red side. And so Vile Maw for their own side altar here from CWP. That's not a trade you want to take at this point. Yes, you're already behind and you needed to get the double altar away, but giving up Vile Maw for it might not work out in their favor. So we'll just have to see what can PR do with this Vile Maw, looking to push down bot side. We see pings coming out here on the bottom side. Darius continuing to stay top. 80 CS ahead of this Leona. A full item ahead. The Azir turret is going to go down, and they're going to move their way up top. Pantheon sitting here waiting. They could be walking into a 3v2 here. Pantheon's going to see they're going in on Leona. Leona gets out of the Jarvan ult, but it isn't enough. No, double kill for the Darius. Pantheon not able to get out either. Jarvan just barely staying alive. If Lux ultimate already used, but down goes the top tier 2 turret. Lux having to run away from Darius now. Darius trying to cut her off. Isn't quite going to land. Stun is going to land. Taking some turret shots, but he's so tanky right now. He should be able to get away from this just fine. Meanwhile, inhibitor turret is going to fall. Are they going to push towards the inhibitor? It looks like they have time. 8 seconds on Pantheon. And Lux is not close to this. This is going to be the inhibitor for PR here, making a massive power push from that team fight. And with those Vile Maw empowered minions, Pantheon trying to go in. The drop's not going to be enough to get a stun on. And PR is just going to be able to back away. Inhibitor for the red side now. And if CWP weren't in some distressless situations before. They are now 22 minutes into this game. Their inhibitor has been dropped, 4.5k gold down, and the only one ahead in CS, or the only one really in a good spot for them, is this Lux. But even then, Darius is so scary at this point. I don't know that it really matters what this Lux can do, because we saw that last ultimate just kind of tickled them. It didn't even really cause them any distress in that tower dive. And that's just the situation that CWP is in right now. They're having to find what they can when they can. But with super minions going to start pouring in from the top side, they have to do something on this map. Otherwise, this game could be over. Lux not going to be in the spot they want to find. Finding two members, flashing away immediately, but Darius just flashing over them. Exhaust is going to go down. There's the Azir ultimate. Lux is in a bad situation. And the dunk coming from Jarvan this time, using the ultimate to secure the kill. Leona, the next one, not to be in a good situation. Minions aren't going to be anywhere close for PR, though. CWP had this lane pushed up to the tier 2 turret, so they might not be able to get a turret here, but it is still 20 seconds on Lux. That is going to be the second ultra going over once again to red side. Meanwhile, the super minion's going to be pouring into the base from top. Pantheon having to defend that. And now the minions are here. Lux still has 10 seconds. This should be the tier 2 turret here. Look at how quickly Darius and Azir just destroy this. Leona might not want to be here. Isn't going to get knocked up. Can she be pulled? No, is going to get out. Darius not really wanting to go too deep for the pull there. They get the turret. Lux is back up. Pantheon was able to stop the super minions in top side. And we see a needlessly large rod here from Lux, just trying to get any and all damage she can for this game. But with a Rylai's and Sword Shoes on this Azir, the damage output on the side of PR is just so far ahead at this point. 5k gold ahead, just sitting pretty right now in this first game of the best of 2. We'll have to see. They do look to, maybe they just check Viamon maybe to see. We see a ping coming out on it from PR. Do they make a push towards it? I'm not entirely sure the spawn timer on that, but they see the two members coming around here. What can they do about this? They're trying to set up a pick, but there's no one from CWP moving close to this middle side of the map, so they're just going to be standing here waiting for, until they just decide to leave. Lux is going to see the Jarvan, and the other two showed themselves bottom, clearing the minion wave. Darius is just going to push it up. Jarvan trying to make a play here. We do see the fact that Lux is at half health. Those minions just doing work right now on the CWP team. Jarvan looking not quite able to land the flag on Lux. But meanwhile, Darius is just pushed all the way to the inhibitor tower. He's not going to quite be able to take this. Pantheon's going to jump in here. He does get the stun down. Turret is going to start hitting. There's a solar flare as well, trying to hit Darius as much as he can. But the Azir ult should be enough to save him. And in fact, Pantheon taken really low. Azir is going to get stunned up. The Lux is hurting, but not enough to give Azir any worry. Meanwhile, super minions going with Jarvan, battering down on the Nexus turret, taking it to half health. The inhibitor is back up, but there's the dunk. Ultra should go down here, trying to shield himself up, trying to get everything he can. Pantheon's going to get in there and stun him up. Can they kill him? No. Pantheon will get the kill on Jarvan. The flag was the last-ditch effort to take down Lux. Not quite enough to take him down. And they save their base for now. The inhibitor comes back up. The Nexus turret remains. It's just barely. Viamon is back up, but it's 30 seconds on Jarvan. What can CWP try and do with this? They're pinging Viamon, but Pantheon moving towards the jungle camp. We'll have to see what they can do here. He's got a phage. They're trying to move towards something. It looks like Leona trying to get that frozen heart next. But we just see Jarvan's going to be up in 7 seconds. CWP, the only thing they've been able to do with this kill is just clear their minion waves up some. They are going to reclaim their side altar, but that's all you get from that Pantheon kill at this point. And Azir's just sitting here two-soldiering Viamon. We do see Leona moving in, but here comes Pantheon. He's gonna jump into the solar flare, completely whiffs, but the Azir ultimate should keep him safe. Darius is trying to get a dunk. Does he move towards Pantheon? Pantheon flashes away. That should be safety for all three members of CWP, but Azir had being taken solo, has to back away, and that will be Vilemoss stopped. I guess you can say CWP did get what they wanted from that. They stopped the Vilemoss, but here they go again. Darius and Jarvan just trying to take this down by themselves. Azir sitting in base. I don't know that they're tanky enough to do this. I mean, they're obviously tanky, but Jarvan getting taken so low. Lux ultimate coming through. Is the Vilemoss still at 3,000? They're staying on this. Azir's coming around. Lux is coming around as well. Vilemoss not quite regenning yet. Is this what CWP needs to get this? Pantheon's on it. CWP gets Vilemoss. There are some very low members here. Can they get anything? Pantheon jumping in, stunning up. Shut down, goes down. Darius goes down. Pantheon trying to get, puts the ultimate down. Is forced to back away. Lux not quite having ultimate back up yet. Can't snipe the Jarvan. But that is Vilemoss and a kill for blue side. Trying to fight their way back into this game. The gold lead down to 3,000 now. And they're going to get both altars locked for the first time since the original altar opening. They are going to get this second turret in bottom side. Keep pushing. They have 20 seconds on Darius. They can probably continue to push this towards the inhibitor turret. I don't know if they have time to flat out get the turret, but they're making a push for it. Lux going a little too far too early. Azir using the soldiers and that Rylai's trying to get the damage. Lux get taken down, staying in the soldiers range too long. Azir looking to continue to push forward. Pantheon trying to get out. It will take the Leona ultimate. Jarvan making the next move, but they will get out. Lux goes down, and they are not able to crack the base open. Darius back up now. It's a 35-second power play for PR if they can make anything happen here. The altar is open on the blue side, on the west side here, so will they pick it up? It looks like they're moving right towards it, and not very much time there of double altar. While that looked like a possible power play for the blue side, they weren't quite able to get it. There goes the altar lock. Pantheon sitting there taking a jungle camp. He's not going to be there soon. He does get the camp, but meanwhile their base is open on top side. I don't know that they have time to defend this. Lux is back up. This is going to be all 6 members up in top side. Darius is here though. With that dead man's plate, we do see the Randuins on Jarvan as well, and Lux just taking so much damage from those Azir soldiers. No one can really get close. And they do still have Vilemoss on 2 people for a little bit here. So finding Darius and but taking some poke damage for Leona, or Lux going to try and push bot side maybe, but without her being here, that's so much of the team's damage right now. Yes, it's Iceborne Gauntlet and Black Cleaver on the Leona and Pantheon, but still Lux now is moving back up. Wasn't really able to get any shove going on the bot side, and they're trying to push him away, but the minion wave is going to start maybe shoving in on bottom side here. CWP is going to have to react to this, and PR is just dancing him around the top side here. Darius doing what he wants. He is going to get stunned up. The Banshee's Veil is going to be popped on the Jarvan, and it's going to force PR to actually back away a little bit. Lux is going to be able to go down and take down the minion wave in bot side that was pressing towards their inhibitor turret. They should be able to save this now. Lux does finally have the second item finished up in that Athene's Unholy Grail, but that's going to now be double altar lock again for red side. Except for that one brief moment after Vilemoss, they have had complete control of these altars for the last 10 minutes or so. And the gold lead pushes its way back up to 4,000. They're trying to lock this altar, stop the 2 altar lock coming out of here from red side. They are going to be able to get this. No one on PR is close enough to do it. And it's back to one-on-one altars. This game has evened up a little bit, but is it going to still be enough? One bad fight at this point in the game and it will end. That top side is open. They're looking to maybe find a pick, but not going to be able to find anything. Lux is moving kind of bravely through the jungle here. Yes, you have a Leona, but that Darius is so scary right now with the Spectre's Cowl in there as well. It's going to be so hard to take him out quickly. And meanwhile, they can just push down bot side, and it's going to force CWP to react to this. Azir getting just 2 shots off. There's the knockup. The Leona ult's going to go down. Flash and heal coming out of Lux. They're trying to re-engage this. Azir taken so low, but Pantheon ultimate isn't going to get him anything. Here's the fight. Pantheon getting exhausted. Double stun is going to be able to stop them from killing Pantheon. But good God, that was almost devastating there for CWP. Azir was taken very low. That Lux ultimate doing damage, but only really to him. And we'll just have to see what they can do. That is everyone having to back to base. I'd imagine Azir's going to go now. And let's see if he can pick up anything. I'd imagine he's going to get Wooglets next if he has the gold to finish it up. He's waiting in base, but I don't think he quite has the gold. We are going to see Pantheon getting a Giant's belt, or excuse me, Jarvan getting a Giant's belt. Well, I guess Pantheon has one as well. But it looks like Randuin's maybe the next thing coming out of Leona here. And they're trying to push up through the jungle again, trying to figure out what they can do. Here's PR sitting, waiting, setting the trap. They get a couple of Azir, and here comes Jarvan coming around, not quite going to be able to get the knock up. There's the active going down. Is Lux going to be able to get out of this? Pantheon comes down. Lux is the first casualty of the fight. Azir ultimate's going to go down. It's going to push him up against the wall. The pull goes on to Pantheon. Leona's getting taken down. One more shot. Down goes Leona. Down goes the Pantheon. Double kill for Azir. They're going to push in with that ace. This should be the game. Flash going down from Azir. I'd imagine that means the game, if not surrender, is going to be over very soon. Minions are pushing in. There's the inhibitor going down. They push towards Nexus turret, and with 30 seconds remaining on the closest member, this Nexus turret is going to go down so quickly. The Nexus will fall, and game 1 will go over to PR. They go up 1-0 in this best of 2 series, and flashes all around. What looked like it could have been close to a comeback ends up ending rather quickly after that team fight victory there. And game 1 goes over to PR. I will see you guys shortly for game 2. Stick around.